Peymon who?
Matahede.
Peymon Latahede. Who is he?
Never paid taxes for 30 years. Fought the U.S. tax court and won.
See, I believe our rights come from God, not from government.
Hello, my friends. I'm Peymon Matahede, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. Our website is freedomlawschool.org. In this presentation, I will show you why over 99% of Americans who live in the 50 states are not required to file and pay any federal income taxes. Now, that's not going to be my opinion. No opinions. You will see the IRS 1040 form, the instructions on 1040 form, laws as published by Congress, U.S. Treasury regulations, and U.S. Supreme Court. That's right. Only U.S. government's official legal websites. You're gonna have fun. Get ready. By the way, this is the Internal Revenue Code, the Bible of the IRS. Over 10,000 pages of confusing, deliberately minutia, and they hid the definitions toward the end so you don't see it hidden in plain sight. So let's go to the 1040 U.S. individual income tax return form. They want you to believe, to make you a slave, that this U.S. individual is a 50 states individual, but it is not. It is the District of Columbia individual as defined in law, as you shall see. Let's go now to irs.gov and the instructions for the 1040 form on page 8 about filing requirements. That they correctly tell you these rules apply to all U.S. citizens, regardless of where they live, and resident aliens. However, where is the U.S. to determine who are the U.S. citizens? Hang in there, you shall see. Now, we're going to go to the uscode.house.gov. This is United States Code, okay, which is all the federal laws, and it is prepared by Office of the Law Revision Council of the United States House of Representatives, the lawyers of Congress. So here we are, for example, from Title 26, Internal Revenue Code. What I'm showing in my hand, folks, yes, there's the same thing. You're going to see it online, the federal tax laws, okay? So Section 1 of the code, everybody knows, imposes a tax, okay? But let's go to U.S. Treasury regulations, okay? And it gives a more specific, clear answer about the income tax on individuals in 1.1-1, okay? Section 1 of the code imposes an income tax on income of every individual who is a citizen or resident of the United States. That's the key term. United States. We'll come back to that, folks. Let's go take a look at that to see United States definition by Congress of the United States. Here it is from Title 26 in Chapter 79, definitions toward the back of the book. They hid the definitions in the back so you don't see it right away, right? And they say in Section 701 definitions when used in this title, Title 26. They define many different things that do not even need any defining, but they want to define it anyways. Well, here we are, the term United States and state. State shall be construed to include the District of Columbia. D.C. is not even a state. How can they include it in definition of state? Because they can. So they choose to do it, okay? How about the term United States? The term United States, when used in a geographical sense, that's what we want to know, includes only the states, which is D.C., and Single plural is the same thing, doesn't matter. 1 DC or 10 DC is the same. It's still DC and the District of Columbia again. So you can see United States is only DC. Yes, the income tax was written for the DC citizens. Now, let's go a little bit further. You'll love this even more, folks, okay? And that's the Supreme Court tells you that these definitions, I'm telling you, you have to go by them. Stenberg versus Carhart is year 2000 Supreme Court case. And the court said this about definitions. When used in a statute or law, when a statute includes an explicit definition, we must follow that definition, even if it varies from that term's ordinary meaning. So definition United States, I usually think the 50 states, chuck it out the window. You have to go by what you saw. And furthermore, the court says it is axiomatic, self-evident, or obvious that the statutory or legal definition of the term excludes unstated meanings of that term. If somebody's not listed in that definition, it's simply not there. 50 states was not included in the United States or state definition, therefore they are not there. Now, when it comes to tax cases, this rule is even stronger. Here's Gould versus Gould, in 1917 unanimous U.S. Supreme Court case that tells us this. In the interpretation or understanding of statutes, laws, levying taxes, imposing taxes. So in understanding laws that impose taxes, right, this is federal taxes, it is the established rule not to extend the provision of tax laws by implication or implying beyond the clear import of the language used, or to enlarge the operation of tax laws so as to embrace or include matters not specifically pointed out. If something is not specifically pointed out in tax law definitions, it's not there, folks. And you saw how 50 states were nowhere to be listed, United States or state definition. Now, if you have any doubts about this, the Supreme Court further tells you this instruction. They'll tell you in case of doubts, the tax laws, are construed or interpreted most strongly against the government's power to tax and in favor of the citizen not being taxed. So put the doubt out of your head. You know you got to go by this, folks. United States only means D.C. in tax law, and that's who it applies to. People of D.C., folks, okay? So I'm going to give you one other example how these definitions are so important from Title 26 Internal Revenue Code. When you go to section 4612, okay? And this is subchapter A, tax on petroleum oil. So here you are in the section 4612 for the purposes of this subchapter. What subchapter? Subchapter A, tax on petroleum. So here we go. They define many things like crude oil, but look at the United States definition here. United States means the 50 states. They didn't forget about it. They could tax you in the 50 states, so they did. And they list a bunch of U.S. territories, continental shelf areas, even foreign trade zones. See, which definition you're going to go by? The one exactly written in the law that applies there. In the entire Internal Revenue Code book, folks, what applies is United States is D.C. When it comes to oil, it means 50 states and territories. Now, let's continue on. And this, so now I'm going to just remind you, folks, this 1040 form is a DC individual income tax return, not the 50 states individual income tax return. Let's go on now back to the Code of Federal Regulations. So this again, the tax imposes is again a DC citizen, right? Let's continue now to this thing to be in CFR 1.1-1. They also tell you citizens or resident of the United States liable to tax. In general, all citizens of the United States, wherever resident, right, and all resident alien individuals are liable to income tax imposed by the code. Yep. But that's DC citizens, not the 50 state citizen they're talking about. Let's go down further, folks. Look at C again. Who is a citizen? They'll tell you. Every person born or naturalized in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction is a citizen. That is a singular its jurisdiction. Not the 50 states, but the singular government of Washington, D.C. jurisdiction. Only those people got to file income tax. It's all consistent. You see that? See, the problem is that we were not taught these things, folks, in the public school system. We didn't know that in 1776, most of you, I didn't know that, we had 13 independent countries with a population of 2.5 million back in 1776 at the time of the American Revolution. And there were independent countries for all that time until 1789. The states created an agent headquartered in Washington, D.C. to be known as the U.S. government. And they delegated 18 specific common functions to this agent U.S. government. These 18 powers included common defense, common foreign relations, and common currency, common immigration rules, commerce between states and foreign states, and again, few other common needs of the states. And now, instead of 13, there's 50 countries or states in this union. The countries keep all of the functions and powers to themselves. You see, folks, America's not a country. We are 50 countries in the union. That's what the president once a year gives State of the Union address, not the State of the Country address. That's what the corona lockdowns were done, state by state, country by country. Country of Hawaii and New York, California had draconian lockdowns. South Dakota had none, and Florida had a little bit for a while and then let go. That's right. Just like in Europe, you have European Union, which is France, Germany, Italy, and other countries. There are countries within a union. In America, we are the same way, folks, okay? So, the 10th Amendment Bible of the U.S. Constitution, folks, is a reminder of that. See, this is D.C., folks. D.C. was given to the new agent, federal government, to be independent of the states and not under pressure of any of the states that existed at the time. So, the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution says clearly this language, that power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to states, are reserved to states, respectively, or to the people. You see, folks, it's well known that the U.S. government is not the all-empowering government. It is a government with delegated powers. The states only delegated a few powers to the federal government, and all the powers of states and the people retained to themselves. So the United States that you're thinking is not the one written here, folks, in the tax laws. The United States here is a D.C. United States that they're talking about again. With that, folks, let's continue now to the second part of Code of Federal Regulation 1.1-1, okay? The second part talks about the fact that and to the extent provided by Section 871B or 877B on income of a non-resident alien, okay, the Section 1 of the code imposes income tax. All right? But before I get to this part, there's going to be a little bit more work, folks. Hang in there. I'm going to break this down, okay? Because this is where, in rare situations, the people of 50 states have to file income tax also. You're going to see that for yourself now, okay? Let's go now define in the code trade or business. In section 7701 of the code, we go back there in 826, look at trade or business. What a weird definition. It includes the performance of the functions of a public office.
Huh?
No businessman of any kind is listed. No printer, no construction worker, no someone on internet, no computer programmer, no plumber, no electrician. No one's listed. Only people listed are workers in government, and that's federal workers, by the way, judges, congressmen, okay, FBI agents, government agents. They are technically involved in their trade or business. How can they do that? They can. The legislature can write the law any way they find. They find a cat as a dog. From now on, you read cat, you read dog. So here, you look at trade or business means performance functions of federal public office. Now, we're going to go also, by the way, section 877B, this is on people who give up their U.S. citizenship, become citizen of France or Germany or some other country. But section 871B, this is important. We're going to look at that right now closely and blow you away, okay? First, we got to define, but here's section 871B. Okay, I'll come back to that. We have to define what is a non-resident alien individual. Again, in section 7701 definitions, go down to B, you have this, but then go down further in B, okay? Here we go, non-resident alien is defined. An individual is a non-resident alien if such individual is neither a citizen of the United States nor a resident of the United States. But United States means what? It means Washington, D.C. As long as you're not, read this, folks, closely, neither a citizen of D.C. nor a resident of D.C., you are not a U.S. citizen, you are not a resident alien individual. So, for example, me, I'm from Florida. I'm neither citizen nor resident of the United States, only for tax purposes. For nationality purposes, you, me, all of us are U.S. citizens, state citizens, and U.S. nationals all at the same time. Just like someone from France or Germany is a French or German and a European citizen at the same time. With that understanding now, let's go on and look at this law. Will make sense to you now. What it tells you in section 871. That's right. B, income connected with the United States business graduate rate of tax. This is a section, folks. Okay? But I'm going to use the translated section for you because it's easier to read and understand. You've got to decode this like a CIA code book. Okay? So, here we go. Ready to decode it, folks? It's going to blow you away because that's the part that really is the most amazing part. Here it is, section 871, tax on non-resident alien individuals. Okay? B, income connected with DC business graduate rate of tax. Remember, use the code words correctly. It tells us a non-resident alien individual, someone not from DC, from France, Germany, Florida, California, Texas, any of the 50 states, we're not from DC. We don't live in, nor do we reside in D.C. Engage in performance of functions of federal public office, right? Okay? Within D.C. That's how you got to read the law, because it's written, quote, purposefully to deceive you. During a taxable year shall be taxable as provided in Section 1 or 55. You saw Section 1 on his taxable income, which is effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business, which is performing functions of federal public office within United States, which is within D.C. Wow! Isn't that amazing? That means anybody who is not from D.C. but works for the federal government in D.C., they have to file an income tax. So FBI agents that work in Los Angeles and Dallas don't have to pay income tax. But the ones that do work in D.C., they have to pay federal income taxes. So folks, now you got the riddle solved. You don't have to pay income tax at all. You never did. You can stop now. Every year is a separate potential taxable event. 1 year, you may have chosen to become a D.C. citizen and file income tax because you chose that. Next year, you changed, became a Floridian or California, Texas. You're no longer subject to having to pay federal or D.C. income taxes anymore. So you can stop now. It doesn't matter for year after year, decade after decade, you were deceived into believing that this applies to you, that you have to file income taxes. You don't. So what you want to do is to continue your investigation of these issues. Go to our website, folks. You know clearly this is not for you. No more filling out this form. Nobody being a slave saying, Master, please accept my confession form under oath. I swear it's all true, correct and complete. My CPA tax attorney, accountant says I must fill out this form. Be a slave. I don't want to be a slave, but I have to be a slave. Take it easy on me and don't audit me. Don't harass me. Please pick somebody else to audit, not me. No. You are a free man. If you choose to think, see it with your eyes, ears, and mind, you see you're a free man, act on it. Even all these years you were like, I've been lied to? I've been deceived, this scam? So as the American people? Duh! The truth is in front of you. You want to reject it just because you've been lied to all your life? It's up to you to free yourself. So you want to continue your journey to freedom by going to Freedom Law School's website. Yes, you want to go there? freedomlawschool.org. Okay? And there you start the 7 steps to free yourself of IRS deception, robbery, and slavery. Step 1 is to follow the law, okay? And besides this video, we have, folks, additional videos that you want to check out. These are the short version of the videos, and here are the longer videos, okay? These will give you more truth, more deeper understanding of this issue, and many of your questions that you're asking are answered in these additional videos. Then you want to go after that to step 2, folks, okay? Step 2 is you got to stop following those 1040 income tax confession trap forms. Stop putting the rope around your own neck, okay? When you sign the 1040 income tax confession trap form, you put the noose around your neck. How? Well, folks, it's simple. You state under oath that you owe the IRS money. IRS never came after you. You did it to yourself. This is how you give the IRS the power to audit you without tax return. There's nothing to audit. And then by claiming you owe the IRS money, now they can go empty your bank account, steal your property and profits and crypto, and put you in prison because you signed that doggone form under oath. Now, there's more. Step 3 is also very important because in step 3, folks, you believe the IRS is God. It's going to come and take me, monster. Whoa, be scared. That's where they got you fooled, folks. Okay? The fact of the matter is, IRS is over 99% bluff. Yes, you have to go through this to see that for yourself. There's 80 million non-filers according to IRS's best estimates. The proof is right there in step 3, folks. Get in there, and then you're going to go to step 4. See, IRS is not this powerful Godzilla that will get you. It's a little lizard with no firepower, folks, okay? Let me tell you this, okay? I've not filed and paid any federal income taxes for over 30 years, and IRS knows me very well. We've been in court. I've beat them many times in court. They never try to put me in prison because they know there's no law requiring me nor you to file and pay any federal income taxes. And another important fact is this, folks. No student of Freedom Law School has ever gone to prison for federal taxes, nor had their paycheck or bank account levied or seized by the IRS. That's right, folks. That's a fact. I've done this for over 22 years for American people, and you can be free just like our other students. Now, next is, folks, you don't have to pay tribute to the beast, the IRS. Yes, you don't need to be afraid. All you got to do, folks, step 5. Okay? What you got to do in step 5, folks, is very simple. Okay? In step 5, you write your lawmakers. That's right, you question authority. Write your members of Congress. File and pay income taxes only if your Congress members can show you the law that requires you to file and pay income taxes. If they show you the law, file and pay income tax. Our petitions spell out the law, quoted and attached. And guess what? Not once even one congressman has ever shown us the law that requires you or me to file and pay federal income taxes. This way you can safely stop filing and paying federal income taxes. By the way, payroll taxes, corporate taxes, estate taxes, none of that apply to people of the 50 states. Even gambling and gun manufacturing taxes. You've been deceived. Okay? So, folks, now, up to here, it's free. All of that, you can do it for free on your own, and I want you to do it on your own for free if that's what you want to do, and keep 100% of your money for you and your family. However, despite what I just told you, some of you will say, Peymon, I'm still nervous, or rather be safe. Can you protect me from the IRS? Because you have a lot of experience being these crooks. Yes, only if you have the attitude, the mentality of America's founding fathers. These great men put their lives, their fortune, their sacred honor on the line and secured us these freedoms that we still enjoy much of it today. If you be like them, folks, the solution for you is rather simple. Join the Restore Freedom Plan. And now you can have the privilege of 100% guarantee. You could have 100% guarantee when you legally stop filing and pay income taxes, as long as you are a member of Restore Freedom Plan. Freedom Law School will prevent the IRS from taking your money, or Freedom Law School will reimburse you in full, 10,000 or 10 million or more, doesn't matter, we'll reimburse you, and you will not go to prison because you're relying on the law as published on U.S. government's official legal websites that we have you triple check by your congressman to make sure you're not breaking the law. You're being honest and upfront about your good intent to pay whatever taxes you legally owe. One last step I'm going to show you, folks, is about taking our country back. For you and your children to be free, folks, we must wake up the American people. We've lost control of our public servants out there. They don't work for us anymore. They work for the big banks and corporations, folks. Okay? So they pay for the election campaign of the crooked politicians out there. So for that reason, you must become a Paul Revere. Tell your family members, friends, co-workers about the law, about the truth. Invite them to join the Restore Freedom Plan. And by doing so, folks, you spread the word. We will pay you. That's right. We'll pay you to tell others about Freedom Law School and our Restore Freedom Plan. So, folks, the road is clear. But the person that has to take it is not me. I've already taken my journey. I'm already free. Now it's your turn. It was no accident that you came across Freedom Law School. You were meant to live free. You were looking for truth. You're looking for freedom. Now you found it. Continue on your journey. Go to freedomlawschool.org, and on your drive to from work or errands, put your smartphone up on your car's audio system. Listen to our videos, okay? As you drive safely, look at the road. And then when you get to lunch or dinner, put your smartphone or computer up once again. This time, you play and watch and see that, wow, everything Peymon is saying is the truth. It's the government's own official legal websites and reports. So with that, you can be free. Folks, I love every single one of you. I want you to be able to live your life with freedom, joy, love, and prosperity the way you want to, the way God wants you to, not be a slave. But I cannot do that for you. You're the one that has to make the choice to, whenever you drive around town, put our videos up and listen to videos. When you get home or work, watch the videos this time, right? And the journey will be completed by you. You'll be free. And America will be once free and prosperous, just like you. Thank you for watching and sharing with others.